relationship. That's what she does with Jesus at 12. That's what she does here. She's not going to get in the way of his relationship with his heavenly Father. She stays out of it. And she allows for that emotional distancing and the independence. And she didn't try to keep him bound like a baby as he got older in life and try to manipulate and control him. She had to let him go. And she refused to diminish the glory of the father-son relationship. She stayed out of it. A wise Mary. And that intrigued me a little bit. And so I ordered at the beginning of the week, pull up slide Rhonda Stoppe. Rhonda Stoppe. I discovered this book, Moms Raising Sons to Be Men. I hate ordering from Amazon, but for a lot of reasons, but I order from Amazon all the time because it's expedient. I ordered it Monday, Tuesday. It got here Saturday. I rammed through this thing Saturday to kind of get a feel for what she's trying to say. And so it came just in time, and I really appreciate it because she gives some really great insights on the negative consequences that could result from coercing or plotting for a son's success as a mom. And like I said, some of your moms are doing a great job. Okay? But when you coerce or you plot for a son's success, it messes with his head. It hinders him from developing the man to be the man God calls him to be. Again, I'm not sure who this is precisely for, but it's what I feel like I need to wrap this up with today. You know what she says, Rhonda Stoppe? She says, if you do that, if Mary would have done that with Jesus here or tried to continue to do this, first of all, Rhonda Stoppe says, a son will realize that you are attempting to gain recognition for yourself through his accomplishments, and he will rebel. Why do you involve me? Jesus says. Because I want to prove to everybody how wrong they've been about me, Mary could say. Rhonda Stoppe says, a son will find himself pushed in a position he's not ready to take on. It is not my hour. Right? Jesus knew how to handle his mom. Most sons don't. A son will become prideful and arrogant and self-exalting, though, sometimes, she says. Jesus guards against this by remaining behind the scenes at the wedding, but so many times they get caught up in what mama wants. She says a son will become a mama's boy who can't pursue accomplishments on his own. Was Jesus a mama's boy? No, he stayed on track with his mission, but he does it very gently. She goes on to say a son will feel he's entitled to special treatment. Jesus refused that mindset. He talks about the hour that was coming. He didn't sidestep anything here. And then finally, a son will possibly resent his peers, will be resented by his peers and siblings, because when people see mom trying to get her son the starting spot, when people see mom trying to get her son the best job or the best limelight, they resent it. And Jesus' siblings resented him. You know why? This was Mary's miracle baby. This is the special one. Jesus, show your stuff. They caught up on that. Now, eventually later they came to faith. We know this. James, his brother, came to faith. It's a beautiful thing after the resurrection. But it was a very tough family dynamic in the Jesus household early in life. I'll close with this. Again, God knows, you know where this is. Rhonda Stoppe tells in her book, Moms Raising Sons to Be Men. She talks about Brandon, her son, and how that he would have her in tears at the end of the day when they got in fights about chores, about what needed to be done at home. And they were always just this conflict. And finally, Steve, Rhonda's husband, got tired of it and basically had this deal, this conversation with Brandon, and told him, hey, listen, from now on, you don't answer to your mom for any of the chores, you answer to me. And he says, I'm not as easy to work for as your mom is. And by the way, you're going to start digging ditches tomorrow on the ranch. Well, the next morning, he got up and Rhonda said, I thought he'd be complaining and belly aching, but instead he was out there working. He dug the ditch so far. He was so proud of it. His dad rejoiced with him. He actually did what he was asked to do. He dug it some more the next day. Eventually they lay the conduit in there and they run electricity to the shed, and you would have thought they were lighting up a palace. He was so proud of that. This is what Rhonda says. This is what Mary learned. It's what every mom in the room is going to have to learn, especially if you're raising a boy. When your son reaches a certain age, allow his father to be the one he answers to in the work arena, she says. She says you have to hand your son his manhood. And if you don't, he'll fight for it. She said a mom has to remove herself from the